Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be about the things that I have been buying more of as a minimalist. I will have a lot of things linked down below that I will be talking about, along with me explaining why I have been purchasing a little bit more things than usual. So if you guys are interested in watching, then let's just get on into it. So the first thing is hair care products slash items. Now, you guys know me, or if you do not know me, I never was the one to go out my way and purchase like certain hair care items or like, you know, serums and things like that for my hair. My hair was always had so much like body, and you know, it just was always like decent looking. Well, not in my teens, but towards my, you know, early 20s and mid 20s. So I just felt like I didn't have to spend money because my hair was already nice. Until I had a really bad reaction to a shampoo and conditioner that I was using. And I did talk about this through my Instagram, where I was gonna go on this hair care journey and try to get my hair really healthy and try to focus on my scalp because there was so much buildup. Like, I could peel my scalp, like do so many flakes. I'll show like pictures here of how it was. I've shown these pictures before. I will do a whole hair video probably in December or whenever my hair gets back to normal, but I did end up cutting 5 inches off. We ended up dyeing it back to black. I am working with a couple products that are supposed to help my scalp. And, I mean, needless to say, I'm not spending thousands on hair products, and I switched over to sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner. I do have a hair mask just for the length to add some moisture back into it because it was fried. Like, there's a clip right here of how fried it was. You guys also have said in the comments like,
wow, her hair looks really thirsty.
You guys are pretty brutal when it came to my hair, and I was like, I didn't notice it until the whole scalp issue. So yes, I was in a little bit of denial, but I am working on it now. And even though I am minimalist, I can't picture me not taking care of something when I know it's wrong, you know? So needless to say, I have quite a few more hair products that I've been using that I never thought that I would purchase. And no, I'm not purchasing gel or anything that's considered like a styling product. I'm purchasing things that are going to help with my scalp and bring back moisture to my length and stuff. It's not going to be like an overnight miracle product. All of these products are things that you have to use over time. So that's why I will be taking a very long time to make a hair care video. Probably will come out with it maybe late winter, maybe early spring, depending on how my hair is looking and the results that I'm getting. But I am, you know, taking pictures and documenting certain things here and there for that video. And again, I know you guys are gonna be like, Kira, you can DIY half of these things. I know I can, but I use my DIY like aloe and castor oil mask, and it still didn't help with the amount of buildup I had. So I did have to go out my way and get a detox shampoo mask from, it was Briogeo. That mask like soothed my scalp so much. And not to mention, you guys, my scalp, yes, it was like peeling and it was really bad and it was super itchy, like to the point where I was laying in bed and I could not stop scratching, and like V was looking at me like, are you sure you don't have lice? I'm like, I don't know, I just want my hair back. So anyways, I know this is such a long explanation, but I am purchasing more hair care products to fix this. That's why you have been seeing my hair up in quite a few videos, because I'm not trying to put any like heat all the time to it and trying to just let it relax. Next one is skincare products. I mean, I'm a true believer of you live and you learn as well, and even though I'm a minimalist, I'm allowed to make mistakes. You know, I don't believe in a perfect life. I believe that imperfection is perfection, like I always say. So I wasn't incorporating an SPF. I still am not. I'm on the hunt for a decent SPF for my skincare routine. But lately I have been focusing on my under eyes. I have been focusing on like, you know, anti-aging stuff and things like that, along with an SPF. I thought that, you know, certain skincare products were just a waste of money until I started using my Osea stuff again, and I was like, all right, I see a huge difference. It's not drying out my skin. Even though I love Pacifica, you guys, like I love their moisturizer, I love their kale detox, nothing against them. I will definitely use their stuff eventually again. So I have been purchasing a couple things here and there. Now, my skincare routine is not going to consist of like 10 to 20 items. I refuse to go down that route because, one, it can get pricey. I'm just super lazy. So I would say a good 4 to 5 products is fine for me. As of right now, I have like 3. Again, I will do an updated skincare routine when everything's in line, when I know the products that I'm using are working. As of right now, my favorite cleanser that I can say hands down does not dry out my skin is the Osea Ocean Cleansing Milk. I think that's how you say it. I don't have it on me, it's in the shower, but I'll have it linked down below. It's amazing. I'll also have like a coupon code for you guys. This is not sponsored. I just really love Osea products. I reached out to them to see if they could give me a coupon code. It's not much, but it will help. I know their products are pretty expensive, but they're worth the price tag. So anyways, I have been paying attention to my skin. Another thing that I want to say, if you guys know of any decent vegan, cruelty-free, and non-toxic SPF, and what I mean by non-toxic, I know I get hate every time I say this. I mean like things that don't have like silicones and, you know, just barriers that are gonna make me break out. So anything that is for acne prone skin, if you guys know anything like that, let me know down below, because I have been searching high and low for a decent SPF. So again, if you have any idea of a decent sunscreen, let me know down below that I can wear like every day. So now let's talk about the third thing that I have been purchasing more of, and that is used clothing instead of new. I did mention that I wanted to shop more of sustainable clothing and companies that believe in helping the planet, you know, helping the animals as well. The problem with that, and I found numerous companies that were perfect for the channel, for me, for you guys, but the only thing is they weren't decent for my budget, and I'm sure they're not going to be decent for your budget. So one shirt could be like $100 to $200. I seen like nice vegan sneakers that were, you know, made sustainably, and they were around like $380. Like, I totally believe their mission. I am all for it. I'm with them. I'm behind them. But I can't afford them, if that makes any sense, as of right now. The reason for that is because I'm saving, well, I should say we are saving for a house next year. We don't want to be in the studio any longer. It's not that we hate it here and we want to run away. It's just the fact that we need to get a house because, I mean, we're gonna have kids one day, and you know, you don't want to pay for someone else's mortgage. You kind of want to put that money into your own stuff. But needless to say, I feel like me purchasing a $200 top right now is not necessary. It's just something that I shouldn't be doing. And I did want a few like sweaters for the new season coming, because I did get rid of some of the clothes that just didn't fit me right and I just wasn't feeling. I went towards more of the used route, and the used route I'm talking about is thrift stores. So thrifting is another way that you can reduce your carbon footprint, and I believe that if we all were to shop used like items, not just clothes but items, our like landfill will be decreased dramatically. And I'm talking about the US mostly because I know that we are pretty bad when it comes to trash and how much we put into the landfill. So I have been purchasing off of the app called ThredUp. This is not sponsored. They do not know who I am, what I do. I just really like that app. And the reason why I decided to go towards the online route of thrifting is because of the whole coronavirus. And not to mention, when I used to go to thrift stores back in the day, I would be there for a good 3 hours looking through every rack because it's usually messy, and I would leave there with one shirt. Sometimes I would leave there with nothing, even though I searched through everything, high and low. Even on the floor, I would like look through all the shirts that were on the floor. Couldn't find anything. So ThredUp makes it extremely easy. You put in your size, you put in the colors you like. You guys know I put black, tan, beige, however you want to call it, all neutral tones. So I am really excited to get those in the mail soon. And yeah, so that's what I've been purchasing more of, is used items. And so has V. He already told me that like he needs something for his business, and he's like, I'm just gonna look on eBay or Mercari and see if I can get it used, because it's just going to be better for not just his wallet but for the planet. So we have been looking into a lot of used things. The only thing, I have to say this, the only thing that we will not buy used is like underwear. You guys should definitely download the ThreadUp app if you are looking into purchasing some clothes but you don't want to spend a lot of money and you also want to help the environment. The next thing that I have been purchasing more of, or doing more of I should say, is certain car maintenance. I've been doing my regular car maintenance like more than on time, sometimes even earlier. I did my oil change. I purchased brand new tires. Never in my life have I ever had brand new tires. I always went to places that had like used tires and I would purchase them. Brand new tires are a way better route to go. I've dealt with a lot of flat tires within like 2 to 3 months of me purchasing used tires. So needless to say, I have been spending some money on my vehicle to make it last longer, and the reason for that is because with us living in Massachusetts, winter is around the corner. Even though it's nice and sunny and beautiful today, it's already freezing outside. Today was 40 degrees this morning, and right now I think it's 52, which is not bad. Once when November, December hits, it's a wrap. Our cars never want to start right away. My car is a 2010. It's pretty new to me. This is the newest car I've ever owned in my life. But she does give me some problems in the winter. I've had cars that didn't want to start at all in the winter because it was so freaking cold. But anyways, I am just keeping up with the maintenance, and this is something that I had to learn over time, because there was a bunch of cars that I've had and I never did oil changes because I didn't want to spend the money. I bought used tires because I didn't want to spend, again, a lot of money on new tires. What else? Oh, there was sometimes I didn't even want to buy used tires. I would just ride with the donut, if that's, I don't know if you guys call them that, the spare tire in the back. In Mass, we call them the donut. I would just be rolling around town with some spare tires on my cars. So anyways, I've dealt with a lot of things with vehicles, so I have learned my lesson. So I know it's not your typical expense that a lot of people would want to spend. They would probably want to take an Uber or walk. As for us, we like to have our vehicles. Everyone's preference is different, but what I'm trying to say is that we like to have our cars on us because it gives us that freedom that, you know, you can go anywhere and do whatever you want, leave whenever you want. So I know a lot of people won't agree with me spending the amount of money that I have been on me putting, you know, maintenance and stuff in my car, but it has been running perfectly. Knock on wood. I'm knocking on that wood because she better not treat me wrong this winter, because I've been treating her real good. Next on the list is vitamins. So here's another thing that I never ever wanted to spend money on or buy more of, because I felt like I didn't need it and I felt like they were a gimmick and, you know, all that stuff, until I became vegan and I realized that what I put in my body is really important. So I was low on B12, I was low on D3, I was low on quite a few vitamins. I do eat meals, but most of the meals that I was eating didn't have the amount of vitamins that I needed. So I have been spending some more money on vitamins. I know what you guys are also probably gonna say, like, Kira, why don't you just eat more greens or eat this? I have been incorporating a lot more greens, but it is hard. It is really hard, especially when you're not really a fan of spinach or you're not really a fan of this. And also greens go bad fast. So I do like to have some vitamins on deck. The vitamins I get are from Mary Ruth's. I purchase them from Amazon and they are delicious. They are gummy vitamins. So adults can have them and also kids can have them, but they just have they'll have one gummy. An adult has like 3 or 4. I don't know, I think vitamins are definitely worth purchasing. I was a huge skeptic about them and now I'm not, because I have a lot more energy. I'm not as tired like I was, and I'm also happier. And before, when you're tired all the time, you don't have that motivation and you feel depressed. Like, that's how I was feeling like a couple years back. So taking these vitamins and keeping on track with my water intake, things like that has, that they all come together. Next on the list is something simple, and this is something that I've always done, but I haven't done this when it came to the fridge, and that is spending more money on decent food storage items. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because, again, we have been buying a lot more fresh produce items. And with fresh produce, things go bad faster. So fresh produce is expensive, and you don't want it to go bad within 3 days. I mean, I know I don't. So that's like your money going into the trash when it goes bad if you do not eat it. So I did purchase these awesome little like lettuce holders, and it has like a vent thing at the bottom to catch any like moisture. It just stays at the bottom and the lettuce never touches that water. The same thing goes for my grapes, my tomatoes. I'm actually going to purchase another round of it to put like cucumbers in it, because we get like small cucumbers, carrots. So I think these little food storages for the fridge are beyond perfect. We had strawberries in one of them, and when I used to buy strawberries and keep them in their regular little plastic package they would come in, they would last like 2 to 3 days, and then they start getting that white fuzzy mold on them, or however you want to call that stuff. When I put it in these little containers, I kid you not, the strawberries lasted like 2 weeks. No mold, no nothing. This is like what I wanted for the fridge all along. And not to mention, it's super cheap. So when I went to the Container Store, I went there, felt it, and I'm like, I'm not paying $20 for one of these. Nope. And then I waited and did some research and waited again. And before I knew it, like the next month, I came across the ones that I have in the fridge, and it comes with 3 of them, not just one, 3 for $35. That was a huge deal for me, and I love them. I'm happy that I waited, and that I was being patient enough to find, basically the exact same ones that are at the Container Store are those. There's no difference. They feel the same. They do the same thing. So purchasing decent food storage items has been saving us money. So I'm technically getting my money back that I paid for them, because we're not wasting food. Another thing that I've been purchasing more of is certain duplicates. Now, with me being a minimalist, you guys know I don't really care for duplicates. I think it's a waste of money. I think it's a waste of space. But I think some duplicates now are worth it. Again, you live and you learn. So for instance, with me moving here with my boyfriend, there's not one person here, there's 2. So we need 4 towels, 2 each. I was that kind of person that was like, I only need 1 towel. I mean, you come out the shower, you go in the shower dirty, you come out clean. I'm just wiping myself, right? No. After a while, a wet towel can smell like a wet dog. And I went to the store and purchased a couple more towels for us, another set, because he was doing the same thing where he had 1. So we own 4 towels now as a couple, and we swap them out every 3 days. So I think it's working out great. I think duplicates of towels is fine now. I'm not against it. Another thing that's fine is duplicates of like silverware. I was, when I lived alone, I only had like 1 fork and 1 this, and that was like towards the end. I was like, I don't need all these forks. No one comes and visits me, blah, blah, blah. I think of that different now, because family comes and visits us and they want to eat a meal with us. And if we only have 2 forks for him and I, and we don't have any forks for our guests, it's kind of like awkward. So I have been spending my money on certain items for the house that are duplicates. Sheets for the bed. That's another thing. I had 1 sheet, and you guys know I brought my bed, my comforter, everything to this place when I moved. And I thought, like, all right, I only have 1 sheet, 1 comforter, and I'm fine. Until I realized, like, all right, it's 2 people sleeping in that bed. Sometimes he sweats at night. Sometimes I'm really sweaty at night. And I wake up in the morning and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of sweat stains on these sheets. And I'm like, I don't want to keep washing it over and over again every day. So I purchased, a couple extra sheets just to have on deck, If this one's dirty, take it off, throw it in the wash, do it on laundry day. You don't have to do it right away. 'Cause, I mean, half the time I would do it right away because there was no other sheets. So now I can wait a little bit because we have duplicates of sheets. I know most of this is common sense. Again, I went a little too far when it came to my minimalist lifestyle. I think I was going for more of the aesthetic vibe and, you know, and not more of the whole you're living a life, Carrie, and not living in a museum. But anyways, you guys, I really hoped you enjoyed this video. I know it's not your typical video that I would make. I know I sound a little bit of a hypocrite because I have said in numerous videos of mine that I would never buy this or this. I guess what I have learned in life is never say never, because you never know. But again, I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video.